Hi, Napple.
Hi.
How are you? Yeah.
I'm here. No, that's a lie. I'm okay. I'm good.
How was your drive? Because I know you guys came down from the mountains.
It was actually very good. It
was
wasn't
good?
too bad. Traffic wasn't bad. Roads aren't bad.
Well, it is Sunday.
It is Sunday.
I mean-
Everybody else is like not out and about.
Yeah. So, this episode is going to be based off of conventions because we lost a bunch of audio. I was able to salvage some for the teaser, but the rest of the audio is so bad. It's awful because we didn't have the pop filters, so anything that we talked about, you would hear like the p and the p.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
All
you
the
would just
really
hear.
bad popping.
Yeah. So you would hear all the P's, all the B's, and yeah, it was an awful audio.
And B's and C's and T's and
And
my
D's.
knees. Those pop.
And look at these. No. So I'm going down my list because I have everything written down of how we're doing things. Freaking Jesus. My name is Luca the Otter, otherwise known as King of Yellow on TikTok.
I am Napples, also known as Napple. Oh no, did we decide how to say it? I pronounced it as Fusa.
So, okay. Oh,
Because
yeah,
that's
I
how,
remember this.
That's how the movie says it. The Fusa are coming.
Yeah.
But then
the Fusa are attacking.
the
Run
Fusa,
for your lives.
Yeah, it's Fusa, Fossa, Fosa,
So the way Google pronounces it,
Fooba-looba-dooba-doob.
the way Google pronounces it is fossa,
Fosa.
like faux, and
Yeah.
then saw,
Yeah.
like fossa. And
I
then,
say Fusa.
Yeah, and then Madagascar is like fusa. And then when you were like, yeah, I'm a fossa, I was like, a what?
You're like a hootie honey. Huh?
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know. I say Napple Fusa.
Yeah, I say fusa. So it's however you want to say it.
However you want to say it.
But yeah, your TikTok is
Napple Fusa.
Okay. This is a furried podcast. It is called Napples and Bananas. And
Apples and bananas.
if you didn't understand the funny pun there, that's Napple and I'm Bananas. Because of our characters. So, like I said, it is a furry podcast, and we will be talking about furry things as well as our experiences. I did it.
Yay.
So first things first, I do wanted to. I just woke
Is this
up.
how this podcast is going to go today?
I
Oh,
just woke
no.
up. Okay. I haven't even eaten.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I thought about getting a Red Bull from my fridge and chugging it. Shut up, Dylan. Don't look at me like that.
My husband, I'm sorry, we get off track so easy, but my husband's sitting in the corner like a cute little boob, and he loves Pokemon, and he has a lot of Pokemon cards, and he's currently trying to organize the massive amount that he has. So while me and Luca are going to be talking about silly, stupid shit, he's just cute in the corner playing with his Pokemon cards. I like him. He's
I
cute.
like its face.
Yeah, I like his face too.
It was just a
Yeah.
little tiny smile.
Any Hooters.
Yeah, any Hooters.
Have you not heard me say that before?
No, I've
I
never
say
heard
that
you
all
say
the
that.
time.
I've never once heard you say that.
Well, there you go.
As far as so here I had an idea. So anytime that we're doing like any kind of furry thing, I thought about
Crabs.
I have an idea. So I thought about doing a question that pertains to the topic that we're talking about. So how this episode's conventions. Here's a question for us to answer, and I want you to answer first. How are furry conventions similar to anime or pop culture cons? In your own words. Like similar. Because there's a lot of people that say that furries are like seen at anime cons or pop culture cons.
Yeah, usually they are.
And they're like, they don't belong here. But how is it
I don't
similar?
know. I mean, similar in the fact that it's just a bunch of people who are like, we like this particular thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop-de-doo, let's make a big convention about it. I mean, the same thing with anime cons. Wowee, we like anime. Made a convention. Wowee, we love comics and pop culture. There you go, Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And furries are like, wow, we like being big fuzzy carpets. Furries.
Yay!
Yay.
That's where we come in.
That is where we would come in. And then, like, I feel like we've shown up at. I don't see a lot at Comic Con that I've noticed, but I've seen a lot more like at anime cons.
Well, I mean, because anime has B stars.
Yeah, like B stars, and it's still. I mean, you can pretty much slip furry into anything.
Yeah.
Especially like with kimono suits. Those are hardcore. Those obviously in like Japan. And
Oh,
like
you're talking about the big eye,
yeah,
like
the
glass
big
eye
eye,
ones.
boo-ah. Those ones are really popular at anime. Those ones are really popular at anime cons.
Yeah. Um, so the way that I think it's also similar is they also have like, I don't know if it's called a dealer's den, but they also have just places where like you can meet the guest of honors, you can buy merchandise.
I'm pretty sure it's dealer's den because that's what they are. They're
Yeah.
dealers.
Yeah.
So
It's like the exact same thing. They have
Yeah.
panels, they have everything. So
panels,
it's
which furries have. Dealers, which furries have.
yeah, and so the reason why I asked this question is just in case we have people who aren't furries that are interested in furries that are like,
Yeah.
what is it? Like what the hell is this?
What do?
Yeah, so the last part of the question is how do you think that they are different between furries and then the other conventions?
Furries are weird. I feel like I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Maybe we're more like into it. Like I know people who are just like, I went home and I was sad, so I got into fursuit. I don't think cosplayers really do that. Cosplayers are because with fursuit you could easily just slap it on and you're like, wow, I'm furry. With
I wish it was that easy.
relatively.
I can't do it on my own. I have to have somebody else help me.
That's true. I could do it on my own because I'm a cheater. Anime people, like cosplayers, they can't do that.
They have a
can't
lot of makeup.
They have so much makeup, all of their costume. I can't imagine how hard that is. As well as, do anime conventions do charities like we do? Maybe some.
Hold on, we're gonna look this up real quick. We're gonna pause real quick.
I mean, I know that, like, you know, furries.
What's the one here? Nandasukan?
Non-Desukan?
Yeah.
NDK?
NDK. So they have a charity auction.
Okay, charity auction, so it does go to charity.
So yeah, they've donated to multiple things. So yeah, they also do charity.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like maybe they don't do it to the extent that we do.
Well, okay, so I think in the sense that they do charity versus us, the way that they do charity is they do it for everything. Because I saw like Dumb Friends League, I saw like Children's Hospital, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
The way that I feel like we do it is we do it specifically for like animal hospitals or like vet clinics or
Yeah, I've noticed that ours, like a lot of furry ones, are animal, obviously related because
Yeah.
that's what furries are. I know a few, like Anthro Expo does the Trevor Project, or no, something
I don't
to that
go to the
degree.
charity stuff.
They have their own thing in Oklahoma where it's for like a trans youth organization, and that's what we donated to. I think the past like 2 years or something like that.
Oh.
So I know that some places do other things like that, but obviously a lot of, if not most of the other cons do charities to animals of some sort.
Yeah, because I know that I know Denver or RMFC, one of them, I think it was Denver 2018, did one for like horseback riding or
Yeah,
horses.
It was Denver the past 2 years.
Yeah.
It was for the horse one. Yeah.
So I feel like charity wise, we do it for more animal specific.
Yeah.
So like hospitals, what is it called? What is it called? It's like a dog that is like working and it can't be touched. You can't touch the dog because if you do,
Service animal?
Thank you, service animal. I was like, you can't touch the dog.
You can look at the dog,
Yeah.
but also don't look at the dog.
But like we do it for that.
Yeah, a lot of that. We do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it looks like Maria Drost Counseling Center, Colorado Center for Mental Health, is the NDK 2023 charity.
Okay.
So they do it
So
based
they
off
do.
everything.
Okay, cool.
But
cool.
For them, it's like they can choose any anime. Us is like any animal. So
Yeah.
pop culture, any comic. They can dress up as Superman. They can dress up
Yeah.
as a Beastars character. But yeah, there's a lot of similar
Similar stuff.
stuff.
Different
and
stuff.
a lot of different stuff for furries compared to anime and
Like
pop
comics
culture.
and whatever.
So today's topic, for this episode is best, worst, and future con experiences that we have had that we want to have. So, do you want to do best or worst first?
I guess best.
Best?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because there's a lot more stuff to talk about in the worst category.
Worst. So.
So, you go first.
Okay. I think my third best is probably Denver 2022. Last year was okay. I felt like I was a little bit too freaking busy.
Are you talking about the one that we roomed together and Clay was in the room?
I don't know. It was when we had our massive TikTok panel.
Yeah.
That one was a lot of fun. I feel
loved
like
that room.
Like the TikTok panel was great. I got to meet so many people.
Yeah.
I didn't suit as much 2022 as I did 2023, but I had way more fun.
I suited way more in 2022 than I did in 2023.
Yeah, you hardly suited at all last
I was fucking
year.
working.
That's right.
Not working like at my actual job, but I was working like the con, not as a actual volunteer, but I was doing panels and stuff.
Yeah, panels and stuff. Yeah, 2022 was just, I don't know, it was nice. I made so many fucking TikToks.
I made.
None.
Oh no, I actually did make a lot because I used I don't know what his suit is called. I don't remember what the suit name. Octane.
Yeah, Octane.
So it was Octane. So yeah, we were like I made a bunch of TikToks with Clay's
I remember
Octane
that
suit.
because I was asleep.
Yeah.
Because you were like, let's go make TikToks. Me and Dylan are old people, and we were just like,
God, you're so fucking old people.
I'm gonna be 30 in February.
30.
30.
Yeah, no, I think Denver 2022 was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, and that's when I was like, oh, it's actually not a bad con. Like 2023 was better in my opinion, but 2022 still is
Still up there.
as like a really good experience. I wrote for my third best BLFC, just in general.
In general, yeah.
The reason why I think it's best for me is because it's where I grew up. Like that's where I did
Reno.
Like I did a lot of my elementary and high or middle school there, and so for me it's like a God, my brain's just not working right now. Blah, 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 blah. It's just it's the place where I grew up. So just being in that atmosphere again just makes me so emotional because I'm like I fucking miss Nevada. I miss Nevada so much. Yeah. What about your second best?
Second best is probably the first year I went to Rocky Mountain for a con before it exploded. RMFC.
Our first convention. Because that was the same year that I went.
Yeah. So RMFC 2015. The only reason it's the best, and probably it's a mix of best and the worst, because I went to my very first convention with, at the time, my boyfriend from Florida. And he was just a hot mess. But that is where I met Luca, Eric, and Blink, my best friends now. And it was great. And then Deer was like, you can't be friends with them.
Well, it was like you can't be friends with Luca because I'm afraid that you will fall for Luca.
And I'm like,
dude,
Luca likes peepus.
I am
gay
of the homosexual agenda.
I am the homosexual agenda.
Yeah,
that is me.
Like,
yeah, it was, which is so funny because I ended up having a crush on Eric.
I was also 17.
Yeah, you were a baby, and I'm what? I'm 3.
You were 21.
Yeah, that's right. So he was a literal child.
I was a tiny little kid, man.
Yeah, and then he always because that was the first time we had like the weekend together.
Yeah.
And all he wanted to do was get into my pants, and I was like, my guy, no.
You're like, this is my first convention. I want to go out and explore.
Yeah, it was.
So, anyways, talk about why it was the best.
It was the best because I met Luca, Eric, and Blink.
Yeah.
And once I told Deer to screw off and I'll do whatever the heck I want, he went and pouted. I just hung out with them the whole time. And then
because I remember going to Wendy's, and that's how we met originally.
Yeah, at a Wendy's.
We met at the Wendy's because you walked in with your
I had my dragon head on at the time.
which was Rumik.
Rumik, yeah.
Yeah. So you walk in, and I was like, furries, oh my god, come sit with us. Yeah, we're cool.
Furries being furries, furries sit with other furries.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Okay, woohoo.
And then I just remember you shoving chicken nuggets down
Yeah,
your
because
throat.
I didn't take my head off. So
Yeah.
it's just, he was a huge fursuit head at the time. So it's just this a hand with a chicken nugget getting shoved into the depths of this fursuit.
And I was also 17, so I thought it was the funniest thing in the
he thought it was
fucking world.
hilarious. And then went back to the whatever it was.
Hotel.
Yeah, hotel that. My brain's not having it. And I saw the boys. And I was like, oh. So I went up and I leaned against a pillar and they didn't notice me. So when they popped out from a pillar, I was like, still having room trouble. And all three of them just stopped and gave me this confused stare. And I'm like, in that couple of seconds before they recognized me, I was like, oh no, they never saw my actual human face. The only reason Luca recognizes me because my freaking my derpy
Yeah, MLP shirt.
MLP shirt. And I still remember. He goes, "Oh, you're so pretty," and I was like, whoa.
And you were like, oh my god, like we should date. And then Eric was like,
No,
he's
it's
17.
not even. I wasn't even like, oh, we should date. I told Eric, I was like, oh, he's really cute, and he goes, he's gay, and I'm like, oh,
And 17.
and yeah, and then that's what he said. He's like, and also 17. And I'm like, oh, baby,
Must protect at all costs.
must protect. That's okay. He's still cute. Just won't date. We'll protect.
Yes. Yeah. No, I think that, like, and the thing is a lot of people say, oh, I'm nervous about my first con. It's always your best. Like, it's
It
your,
really
it's
is.
your number one always, for just the fact that the people you met, the time that you had, and the con experiences.
Yeah.
Obviously, unless some bad shit happens, but like it's usually like the first in your memory of like, oh,
Yeah.
I remember that time
Yeah,
when
and
I
I met my three
this
best friends.
person.
So
Yeah, and now like look what we're doing.
yeah, look at us now. Wow,
Who would have thought that this would have led to that moment?
8 years ago, right?
8?
good.
2015? 9.
Is it 9 this year?
9 this year. Yeah, dude, we're old.
We're old. All right, what's yours?
My second best is MFF 2022.
That's so funny.
And the reason it's my second best, and it's better than BLFC, is because MFF started off awful.
I remember that.
Like,
yeah.
We went to go get registered.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were in the line with me. We all didn't have masks, and this was when masks were mandated. So we get in line, 30 minutes go by, and then they're like, hey, you need a mask. And I'm like, okay, you guys have masks, I was told. And they're like, we just ran out.
Yeah.
At me, because they gave you guys masks, and then they ran out at me, and they were like, you have to go back to your room. So I went back to my room. I cried a little bit. I was really sad.
I was really
Passed out. I like called my roommate Bunny, and I was like, hey, I don't fucking be here right now. Like, I was so sad. And like people were just being dicks. Like people just being dicks. Thursday and Friday.
Oh, and then the squeaker thing that happened.
Squeaker thing.
You might have been. I think that's when you were up in the room.
I was
being
up in
sad
the room
little
a
baby
lot.
boy. Yeah, because pretty much almost immediately after you left, somebody was an idiot. And I'm sorry if they listen to this. You were an idiot. And they gave people squeakers. And so that entire huge, pre-register parking lot of folks just ear. It was, oh my God, it made my ears hurt.
I'm so glad I wasn't there.
Yeah, that sucked.
So glad I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I ended up having to register the next day.
Yep, I
but
remember that.
like besides Thursday and Friday being awful, like made me like wish I didn't spend the money to go out there.
Mm-hmm.
The next Saturday and Sunday, that Saturday and Sunday were fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I had a great time. I was drunk most of the time, but I was like on stage. I was dancing, having a good time.
Yeah, when you went on stage, that was rad.
Yeah, like and then the TikTok party, fantastic.
Yeah, the TikTok
That's
party
when we
was really
first
fun.
did our TikTok party.
Yeah.
At a con.
That was
And
a lot of
it was
fun.
great. Like, and I was like, this is so nice. I like. This is what Thursday and Friday also should have been. So it was like I had a con for 2 days. Like it was just so nice. And I was like, I want to come back. Like I was like having such a good time. I was like, I want to go back. Let me go back.
Having a good time.
And then I didn't have the money, so I didn't go. But yeah, so absolutely loved like the last 2 days of MFF 2022, and that really made me really love MFF like a lot.
Yeah.
So What's your number one best?
Anthro Expo 2022.
Oh, yeah.
It's when we very first went to Anthro Expo.
And they had like 800 attendees, something like that.
I think it was only like, yeah, wait.
It was like 600 or 800, something like
Between 600 to 800. There was not a lot of people. The reason I liked it was because of that. It's gotten much bigger now, but it was...
Well, last year we had 2,000.
Yeah. It was just so nice because it was small.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to freak out about trying to plan going to a million panels, trying to hang out with everybody, this, that, and the other. I pretty much just got in a suit and just like toddled around. And the convention space was tiny.
Yeah. Well, the thing I liked about that, like that Sheraton compared to Denver's, is the elevators. There's like 4 elevators. You go down to the main floor where the convention space was, and it was like a hallway.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Ta-da.
Yeah. There was like nothing really happening. Just one hallway.
It was so chill, and it was just so nice going and just being like, and it was so funny because once again, our friend Goldie, she was making me a Bluey tail and headset, and I was watching her stream, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Anthro Expo, and she's like, really? I'm like, uh-huh. She's like, I live in Oklahoma, and I wasn't gonna go, but if you're gonna go, I want to go. Can I chuck my stuff into your room? And I'm like, duh.
Speaking of Goldie, because that's when I first met Goldie. Because you were like, yeah, Goldie's going. I was like, who the?
You're
fuck
like,
is
who
that?
the hell is
Yeah,
Goldie?
I was like, I don't know who the hell that is. Yeah, sure, one random person's going. Cool story, Jenna.
Cool story, bro.
But no, when I actually met Goldie, I was like, oh my god, this person's sick as shit.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
like, I love
so
her.
like, and I don't mean this in a demeaning way. She's so dumb. She just has that crackhead energy that we have. We're just all stupid together, and it's great.
Well, because like we went to Walmart to get, I think, alcohol or something.
Yeah.
So we went to Walmart, and then Goldie was like, let's go to the toy section because we got to buy like some random things to just give to people. I was like, okay. We found this tomato.
Yeah,
and
the squishy tomato.
The squishy, sticky tomato that was just wrapped up in this plastic thing. We took it, we bought it, and then we were just chucking it around the entire room.
Yeah. And we would take it and go, and we'd chuck it at the ceiling, and it stuck there for quite a while.
I think it was there for 2 days straight.
2 days, and then we were all in the room chatting, and the tomato goes, plop. And everybody was like, wow! We all freaked out because the tomato finally fell.
Yeah.
I stole Goldie's suit, and I wore it and had a TikTok that actually popped up in my memories, and I was like,
yeah, man, Anthro Expo was so good.
Anthro Expo was just so...
Like good. Goldie, I love you.
I love Goldie.
I love you, Goldie.
Like, I don't even if Goldie wasn't there, it still would have been really fun, but Goldie also made it, just because we all just got to hang out and be dum-dums together.
Well, we wouldn't have had tomato. We wouldn't have had tomato.
We wouldn't have had tomato.
Yeah. No, it was a good time. And that's why I want to go back again so bad.
I was supposed to go this year, but darn me getting married and going on a honeymoon.
Boo-hoo, get divorced.
Get divorced right now. So that's my number one.
Yeah, my number one was 2023 Denver.
Last year? Really?
The only thing that is really pushing that it was like great for me, like, was my 2 other panels. I say 2 other because I had 4 panels. I had both TikTok panels.
Yeah.
Which you helped with. Yeah. And then I had the singles panel. Yeah. And I had the improv panel.
Yeah. Both of those did really good.
The singles panel, we had I think a 2 hour or an hour and a half time slot because I was like, it's not going to be a lot of people. I was thinking maybe 30 people, 40 people, whatever.
Yeah, if that.
119 people showed up. And the whole plan originally was everybody's going to write on paper, and then we're going to come up and present one at a time, and then from there you're going to meet your match and love of your life. 119 fucking people later, we ended up going 2.5 hours, and the other hour that we had to spend was outside of the room. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Like,
it was really popular.
Stressful.
Yeah.
100%. But I also didn't expect to go from 2,000 people to 44,000 people at the convention. So we went up like 2,000 fucking people. I think it was 1,300 people is how much we went up.
Yeah.
So we went up to 4,000 something people. And I was like, oh my God.
I have a lot of people to disappoint.
Yeah. So we ended up doing that. And then like people came up to me like after the singles panel was like that's so awesome like that you did that. I actually had somebody come up to me and like from that panel and like we've been talking and I'm like, really? Like that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought it would be fun like to be like, hey guys, what if you met somebody here? Huh? How about that?
Ooh,
And people were like, no, I actually met people from that panel. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm making a difference. But yeah, so the only thing is that I have to kind of tweak it for this next year for Denver 2024.
Yeah.
Because it just was not long enough. And like there was no time for everybody to mingle together, you know?
Yeah.
So
well, like you said, you had no idea that there was going to be so many heckin'
like
people.
I said, I was expecting 40 people, 30, 40 people.
119 people later.
119 heads. And like the thing is Denver staff kept coming in and being like, this is popping. Like this, you did great.
Yeah.
And like I even had them come up to me after the panel. It was like, you're gonna run that again next year, right? And I'm like, I fucking guess so.
Apparently so.
Guess I'm here. Guess what I'm doing. And then the improv panel the improv panel is always good.
Yeah.
Like I've never had a bad improv panel, and it was a workshop, but I've done it by myself, never. So the fact that it turned out well this year was really nice. It was very unplanned.
Yeah.
I improv'd the improv panel.
I remember that. You're just like, I'm improving it. I don't.
Yeah. So yes, I was working like panels the whole time, but it was just the turnout from those two panels was so nice.
Yeah.
That it really just made my time.
They did really good.
Yeah. All right, on to the worst.
Boy, howdy.
I'll start. So my worst is BLFC. As much as I love BLFC, and it is my number 3 like best cons experiences, BLFC has never once, since the amount of times that I've gone, been good for me specifically.
Yeah.
Because first year that I went was 2017. Had problems with Eric.
Yeah.
Second year I went, had problems with my ex-boyfriend.
Yep.
Third year I went, which was the last year that I went, I got sick.
Yeah, you were
from the car drive
sick.
Because my dumbass was like, I'm gonna drink Monster energy drinks and I'm gonna drink 2 trucker coffees and take like 5
Yeah, you overdosed on
trucker pills.
caffeine and you just felt like trash.
Yeah, I showed up shaking like to BLFC and I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I didn't throw up until Sunday. And then Sunday I got 3 hours of sleep and then had Dion. I forced Dion. I was like, hey buddy, listen, you're gonna have to drive 16 fucking hours back because I can't do this. So Dion drove to the Wyoming-Colorado border and then it was
blizzarding, because of course it was.
Yeah. So Dion's like, I'm tired.
I don't want to do this.
You're doing it now. Bye, fuck you. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I get in the car, start driving. God, we got back into like we got back to, we call it Gay House.
Yeah.
Because that's where I lived at the time and my whole roommates were, everybody there was gay.
Yep.
So it was Gay House. We get there and it was 7 in the morning.
Yeah, it was stupid early or something.
We left at like 10 o'clock in the morning from BLFC. Awful. And that trip itself, the sick trip, made me not want to drive to conventions anymore. So I have been like, no, never driving. I'm gonna fuck. Don't care. What's your number 1 worst?
Third worst?
I did number 1 by accident. Oops.
Well, I'm doing my third, so.
Okay.
A BLFC. No, just the first year that we went.
I wasn't there.
You were not, because Luca tried to go really hard, but his parents were like, no, because he was graduating from high school like the baby he is.
I was a little baby. I was almost 19, and they were like, no, you can't go.
Yeah, and he was like, pfft. So it was 2 cars. One car had 4 people and a dog in it. And then the second car had 3 people and 3 dogs in it.
Ew.
Yeah.
I thought there was only 2 dogs that went.
No,
We've talked
3.
about this before, and I like all the
3 of them
stuff
went.
gets mixed around.
Had to pull over because I was going to throw up because car sickness. So for the entirety of that BLFC, I was sick because I drove 16 hours being car sick as hell. And then you've got 7 people in one room
Yeah.
with 4 dogs. One which was not entirely potty trained.
Ooh.
So she I think she only peed twice, but she peed on the floor in the hotel. And then obviously, let's see, I'm trying to remember where everybody slept. I slept on the floor because I wasn't comfortable sleeping with Tiger and Panda because they were dating. And then I wasn't comfortable sleeping with Fox at the time either. So it was Corgi, Panda, Tiger in one bed. And then it's so hard not doing names. This is so hard. I'm sorry if you get lost because me too.
Corgi, Panda, Tiger, Eric.
What?
Eric's
Yeah.
another person.
Yeah. Eric and Fox slept in one bed. Pawpaw slept on the floor. But he was smart and he brought, I think, like a sleeping bag. So at least he was slightly comfortable.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to sleep in a bed. Nope. I slept on the floor the whole weekend with one of the undersheets. I didn't even have a pillow. So that was miserable. The room was disgusting.
Well, yeah. So you've got 4 dogs, 7
4
people.
dogs and 7 people. And because you're not supposed to have that many people in a hotel room
Or dogs.
or dogs, we weren't letting in
Room service.
or whatever. Like the cleaning ladies. Like, oh my God, Luca.
So you got a dog that's peeing on the floor, and then you got trash galore.
Oh my God, it was just mountains and mountains of trash. You would go into the bathroom and you'd sit down, and the cute little tiny trash cans next to the toilet. It was just a mountain of trash. And I was just like, finally, we ran out of toilet paper. And I went and flagged down one of the little chickie babes that was room cleaning. I was like, can I have like a roll or 2 of toilet paper? And she's like, oh, did we not replace it? And I was like, you haven't been in our room like the whole weekend. And I was a housekeeper at the time.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh. And I'm like, I know. I'm sorry. Take my freaking toilet paper and scuttle back to the room. And then, of course, because Tiger and Panda were dating, they wanted to boink. So we were
Boink.
We were nice and we left so that they could do that. Well, John, the thing is too is that we had the do not disturb on our door so that people wouldn't come in and see our disgusting room.
Yeah.
Well, Eric went up and he's like, I gotta grab something. He opens up the door and the way it is, it's like a hallway and then you couldn't actually see the beds.
Yeah.
Well, he goes in and he's like, oh, and Tiger and Panda were just going at it. They didn't tell us, so we're like, oh. So John's like, oh, and he's backing it up. He almost makes it out when one of the dogs sees him. And the dog's like, oh. So, of course, the dog gets up, which makes all the other dogs get up like, friend. And, of course, Tiger and Panda were like, oh, covers your immodesty. And then Panda's like, we have the do not disturb on the door. And Eric's like, that's been on the door the whole weekend, you boob.
Yeah.
So there was that. And then where Fox got a nosebleed. Because Corgi had to borrow my socks because apparently they didn't pack enough.
What?
So Fox got a nosebleed, and instead of leaving the dance to, not the dance, but like the dance competition.
Oh, yeah.
We went to go watch that. I went to go do something else because frick everybody else. Corgi decided the best course of action was to remove her shoes and take her quote unquote socks, which were my socks, and staunch Fox's face. And then
I actually didn't. So because we had recorded this, like this specific situation.
Incident.
I didn't know about the sock thing.
You didn't?
No,
I might
you
not
didn't-
have said anything
no,
about
you,
the sock thing.
You didn't tell me about that at all.
Yeah.
Well, I think the most people that we've had in our room was when we went the next year.
Yeah.
And we had, I think, 7 people as well. But it was like me, you,
It was me, you,
Eric.
Dylan never went.
Yeah. Fucking Dylan.
Fucking Dylan.
It was me, you, Eric, Roki. At the time, they were Blaze.
Yeah, Blaze. Blink.
Blink. And then Von Bon.
Yeah, Bon Bon.
Papa.
Papa.
And I think that was it.
No. Papa is not Bon Bon.
Yeah, no.
Fox. Whatever.
Oh.
I didn't say anything bad about Von Bon. So the person who went to BLFC with me
a lot you can say
was
about
Von
Bon
Bon.
Bon.
I love
Bon
Bon
Bon's not
Bon.
really a bad
So
person.
I love Bon Bon.
But Bon Bon.
Bon Bon.
But no, because him and I ended up cuddling underneath the desk.
And then Buck, right? Buck slept with us that
Buck
one
did
time?
not go that year.
Okay, so it was the year before.
Because I wasn't dating him at that time.
That's right. Okay,
I was
so it
dating
was
him the
year
next
before
year.
that. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, mine was very long-winded, my bad, but yeah. And believe it or not, that's my third worst. Like, wow.
It only gets longer from there.
Yeah, it's going to be a 5.5 hour thing.
It's fine, because it actually makes it, it's easier to edit with a lot more audio than it is to edit with no audio. My third one's pretty short, so I'll just do the third one.
Okay.
So my third worst is Denver 2021.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because at the time I was dating a really big dickhead asshole.
Big douchey,
fuck
douchey,
that guy.
McDouchey.
Don't give a fuck. Don't give 2 fucks. I don't care at all if he were to hear this.
One
fuck him.
2 fuck, blue fuck, red fuck.
Yeah, that thing. Fuck him. Fuck.
Fuckity fuck.
So, at the time I was dating him. I was trapped by him. And and only reason that Denver 2021 was awful was because I only got to go for 6 fucking hours.
Yeah, because you came on that Saturday.
Yeah, well, I came on the Sunday.
No, Sunday, you're right.
It was the Sunday, and I went for the dead dog, and they didn't even have a fucking dead dog. They had to make one out of nothing because the contract with Corgi Events LLC, whatever.
Yeah, whatever the heck it was.
They didn't have a dead dog in the contract, so they couldn't do it past 3:00.
Yep.
So they had to take what they couldn't get and make something out of it. And then I was like, please, can I go to the dead dog? Like, I've literally had to miss this convention because of Dickhead McGee, fuckface bitch ass. And it's great because you know who I'm talking about.
do.
But other people that are listening are like, man, this guy really does not like him.
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody does. Nobody does. That's the worst part. But yeah, and like I was depressed, like super frustrated. He constantly was messaging me like, you need to talk to me. We need to have a conversation. Talk to me now. Call me. And I'm like, dude, fuck you. Like I literally am going to this thing for an hour, and then I was there for 6 hours. But I was like, I'm trying to go to something.
Yeah.
Because
Let me have fun, you pain in my
fucking ass. But the thing is he was also mad that I was going because he was still worried about you. Because he was like, you guys have kissed before. I'm like,
yeah, you guys made out once because Luca was drunk as hell.
One time you guys kissed, and I'm mad at that. And you are not allowed to hang out. Like, originally I was
mad at that, even though I want fucking Napple to cuck me with you. But I'm still mad at that.
I'm a fucking loser, dude. Fuck that guy. That guy's an idiot. But yeah, no. Not gonna say his name because it gives me trauma.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I went for 6 fucking hours. I literally was able to go dance at the dead dog for like an hour.
Yeah.
And even then I was so worried about wearing my suit because of how he painted me as this horrible person, and I was just depressed. I was like, fuck this, I don't want to do this. But I forced myself to, and I'm glad I did. But at the same time, it was still, I missed the entire convention.
Yeah, the whole convention. It was so sad without you.
I know.
Like, straight up.
I know. And now I'm going to Anther Expo without you. That's my second worst. Actually, it is. But no, now I'm going to Anther Expo without you, and now I'm sad because I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
What am I gonna do?
I don't have nobody.
We'll just have to hang out with
Goldie.
I'm pretty sure Tim's going, so you'll have Tim.
I'm gonna force Goldie to be by my side 100% of the time.
she's probably going to be vending, so you're just going to have to hang out. You could probably just help her in the vendor's booth.
Yeah. Goldie, can I hang out here? I'm sad.
Can I help you sell stuff? I'll put on tails and I'll model. So my second worst one was MFF 2022, the last one that I went to.
Yeah. Is it because of COVID?
Yeah, that's part of it. The problem with MFF is that I just don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not going to like Anthrocon either whenever the hell I go. But I find it so dumb that we're in a convention space where there's like two different buildings where it's like, it's so hard to get together with anybody because they're like, oh, I'm over in this building. Where are you? Well, I'm in this building. Okay, let's walk the shitty sky bridge where the CO2 is so high that people, if you stay in there too long, you'll definitely get CO2 poisoning. And then just walking, especially in Napple, because Napple's suit was built for a man.
Fucking thick. Napple's got thick ass thighs.
Thick.
I'm at a point where I'm just cussing now. I'm going to dial that back. Anyways, continue.
I like how we're like, we're not going to cuss a lot. Unfortunately, we just cuss a lot. Sorry, guys.
It's a PG-13 furry podcast.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But Napple was originally made for a man, and so his feet don't fit me very well. So trying to walk everywhere at freaking MFF, I had, like, TMI, I guess, but massive blisters on...
Ew.
Yeah, on my peetsies.
You little peets.
They hurt so bad. The room was nice. The room was nicer than it was.
Well, because you had the Rose Hotel.
Yeah, but then it also stunk because the Rose Hotel is one of the farthest ones. So we couldn't just walk there like we could.
I did.
That's because you were a boob. It took you like 30 minutes.
Hello, my name
We
is
always had to take the bus, especially in suit. And because my suit was so big, I had to sit in the back like cargo. I just sit into the back like... So that stunk.
Yeah, because like I'd be like, hey, like, what do you guys want to do? And you're like, I just want to go back to the room. We have to go back at this specific time because if we don't, we're here for another hour.
Yeah, it was that stunk. It's the worst. And like, obviously, if we didn't take the bus, like if we missed it, and it's like I need to go now, we had to spend so much money on Ubers, especially because you had to do the extra large because my suit is massive.
Yeah.
So that stunk. I got to see people more. That was nice. Was that the year that I had no idea that we had a TikTok panel? Was that 2022?
Yes.
I will forever hate Luca for this.
There's so many things you will forever hate me for.
I had no idea until I looked up like panels. I'm like, ooh, loo, 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 when I saw Chibi the Floof, they were doing a TikTok panel. And I'm like, cool. And like right below that, it's like Luca and Napples TikTok panel. And I was like,
I asked you.
I had
and
no
I thought
clue.
you said yes. So I was like, okay, cool. We got a TikTok panel. And now we're going to go do it.
Because I told you, I was like, I will do panels at home cons. I don't want to do panels, hosting panels at out-of-state cons because I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to run around and be a boob. I don't want to have to worry about panels. And then, of course, it doesn't help that Chibi the Floofs and our TikTok panel were at the exact same time.
So I feel like if
whoever did that is stupid.
Yeah, you're dumb as fuck.
If it wasn't at the exact same time, it would have been. It was relatively popular. We still got quite a few people.
Yeah, but it would have been a lot of the
younger
younger crowd.
It was definitely a lot of the younger crowd. A lot of the bigger, more like quote unquote like poppy furs. I know that people don't like
well-known
being
TikTokers.
well-known TikTokers actually went to Chibi the Floofs.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to that one.
But you
But
were
I couldn't.
locked. You were locked down.
I got blocked by Luca from going to Chibi the Floofs.
Well, it was like the fact that they put it together was awful. If they spaced it, it probably would have been a little bit better, and you wouldn't have hated me as much. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. My last worst is Anther Expo 2022. Do you remember what happened?
Yeah.
The stalker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this is it technically could be my number one worst, but BLFC just takes that fucking cake. But Anther Expo. So the story about this, and Napple has heard the story. I
saw it happen in real time.
Yeah, so many people did, and no one stopped him. No. So Anther Expo 2022, we go out there. It's the second year that we went out there. And it's bigger. Like, it's a bigger convention. We were rooming together, right?
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Were we rooming together?
At
Anther
Anther
Expo?
Expo 2022?
Or was I rooming with?
No, because you were literally like right next
Oh.
door with Clay or something.
Because
Or
it was
a room
me,
above
Clay,
us.
and his friend, and then his friend's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember now.
I remember.
So we're at Anther Expo. The first day is great, but I end up meeting this kid who, I say kid, but
He was young. He was like 16 or 17.
18.
Oh, he was just barely 18.
Yeah. So,
Freshly 18.
So just because I've said the story before and in the recording I said kids, I'm not talking about anyone under 18. I'm saying anybody who's under 21. So these kids, 18 to 21, met this one kid. He was super excited. He was like, I would follow your TikToks. I was like, hell yeah, dude. Like,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I met him as well. He was like, oh, and he got pictures with us. Yeah.
And then he had this other friend drove from out of state, was like 50 something years old to go meet up with this 18-year-old kid, and which is fucking weird.
That's a massive red flag to begin with.
And not attractive, fucking ugly.
Like, you don't want to shit on people's looks because that's mean. But you need to understand that this man was not. There's just nothing.
He didn't take care of himself, I should say.
Yes, he was very unkempt.
Yeah.
He did not care about his appearance. It was blah.
So he meets up with this kid. They're like hanging out. They see me. He's like, I want you to meet my friend. I'm like, okay, cool. So he shows me, the kid shows me to this 50-year-old dude. And I'm like, oh, nice to meet you. Like,
you're like, nice to meet you in the back of your head. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, nice to meet you, whatever. And he was like, hi, blah, blah, blah. Like, this is my name. Not going to say his name because I don't remember it because I got him out of my mind.
I don't even remember his name either.
I mean,
Bob.
I have a new Telegram. But
Billy Bob.
yeah, completely wiped him from my mind. And he was like, yeah, no, it's so good to meet you. And I was like, cool. And then after about 10 minutes of conversation with these people, I was like, all right, I'm going to leave. Gotta go do some things. So I'm walking down the hallway and they proceed to follow me. Like, not the kid. The kid is kind of doing his own thing, but the older gentleman is following me. So I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't have time to talk. I need to go do other things. So I decided to go back to the room. Once I go back to the room, I'm up there for about a few hours.
Yeah, I think you were up there for like 2 or 3 hours.
And then I come back down in suit.
Yep.
Like, just to make it more of an appearance. And there he is, just waiting for me by the elevators. Like, I don't know if he was actually waiting there for me. It's just how I perceived it.
Yeah.
But the minute he saw me, he started following me again. Just around the convention, to Dealer's Den, to other places. And so I ended up feeling really uncomfortable. This is the first time that I've ever had like someone follow me, and because I think that it's just
without consent.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've ever had anybody follow you.
Creeping. Not that I'm aware of.
What the fuck? So, anyways, so
well, unfortunately, people who like me aren't creepy.
Yeah, but. Pretty much what I'm gonna say is that he was just following me like the entire time, constantly trying to make conversation, and I'm like, dude, I don't have time to talk. Like, I'm trying to go somewhere.
You're creeping me out.
Sunday is the worst day. Sunday is the worst day that I have because I'm trying to take my friend on. I'm gonna say friend on a kind of like little dinner get together that I was kind of like, maybe it's a little date. I don't know. I like him a lot. So we get to the dinner thing. I'm out of suit. I'm wearing my badges, though.
Yeah.
He, the older gentleman, and like 50 fucking kids. I say 50. There's like 8.
There was a big pile of kids.
They're all sitting by the front door, like, of the hotel.
Yeah.
So we go down past the front door to the restaurant.
Yeah.
We get to the restaurant. We say table for 2. They put us at a large fucking rectangular table.
The huge table in there, the biggest one in there that can hold up to like 11 people or something.
And he walks in. Like, the guy, the older gentleman, walks into the thing and is like, I thought I recognized your badges. And I'm like, dude, fuck off.
And when Luca told this originally, I wish he would have, like, texted me so I could have come down and... Because I am Luca's dog. I am Luca's bodyguard.
Yeah.
Because he's too nice.
I'm a little
and
baby.
He is a little baby, and he doesn't like confrontation. And then me, on the other hand, I may be cute with my cute little fursuit, but I'm going to fuck some shit up. I wish he would have messaged...
So, I'm going to fuck it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a little meaner than I am.
I wish he freaking would have texted me so I could have come and told this guy to fuck off.
Well, yeah, so what happens is he notices my badges as we're walking by, and I'm like, fuck, I know that guy. I really hope he doesn't recognize me out of suit. But he comes up, says, oh my god, I thought I recognized you on those badges. And he's like, this is so good to finally see you outside of suit. And I'm like, haha, yeah, I'm just eating food with my friend, haha. And then he's like, cool, pulls out the chair and sits down at the fucking table.
Yep.
I'm like, motherfucker, dude. So I just start trying to ignore him. And then the friends all walk by, and he goes, oh, there's my friends, and invites the fucking 8 children. I say children, again, as 18 to 21. Invites the fucking 8 children to come sit at our table, and they all sit down.
Yeah, and they
so
all
now
sit
we
down.
go from having 2 fucking people to having like 10 fucking people. So I'm like, fuck this, dude. They're all talking about their own things. Cool. The 2 main people, the one kid that I met on Friday, and then the old dude that he was hanging out with, they start talking to me saying, you know, you would be really good for him, talking about me with the older gentleman. And I'm like, ha 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 ha, not acknowledging that. And then I just go back to talking to my friend, my actual friend, and I'm just hanging out with him. And then he's like, no, but I really think that you're really cute. I'm like, cool.
Thanks. Fuck off.
So we finally get our food, and I'm eating, and then the first kid, starts wanting to eat my food. Like, hey, can I have a French fry? And I'm like, you can have one. A single one. Because you weren't supposed to fucking
You weren't supposed to be here, and I don't know you well enough for you to just be like, I'm going to steal some freaking food.
So then they ended up just like staring at my food while I'm eating it. And I was like, oh, can we actually get to-go boxes? Because we're going to be back up in the room. And then it was supposed to be a good time with my friend who I like had a huge crush on. And I like...
I would have beat him up. I was just there.
So we end up just getting our to-go boxes, packing up, going back to the room, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, no, it's fine, it's okay. I'm like, it's really fucking not. And I just felt so awful because, like, this is what I've been dealing with the entire time.
Yeah.
So fast forward to when we get home, the kid, I'm like talking to the kid, I'm like, hey, who the fuck is that older gentleman?
Because fuck him.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know. I was like, cool. Don't hang out with him. And he's like, yeah, he's kind of a little strange. I'm like, he's fucking 50 years old. You're 18. Don't hang out with him.
Yeah, that's
Don't
not...
let him come over to your house. Like, I don't give a fuck who he is. He could be your long lost uncle for all I give a fuck about. He's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
And the older gentleman gets my telegram and starts messaging me, I think you're so attractive. I think that we'd be great.
We'd
and
be
I'm
great
like,
together. We'd be great together.
Yeah.
And obviously, I learned that secondhand from Luca, but that's all he would text you.
Yeah.
I think we'd be great together. I think we'd be great together.
Yeah,
Let's get
think
together.
do you think we could go on a date? And I'm like, no. And the
no,
reason...
eat shit. Die,
the
please.
thing that
Die
I
to
ended
fire.
up telling
Expire.
him...
You're 50. Die sooner.
The thing that I kept telling him was, you need to stop telling me this. Like, stop telling me that you want us to be together.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be with you. I don't
want to be with you. You're
think
creeping
about
me
you
out.
like
This
that.
is my fucking boundary. Respect it.
Yeah. So he kept doing it over and over, and I kept saying no. And then finally, I was like, I'm blocking you. Like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. And he's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I told you
No, you're
over
not.
and over. I don't want this. So
And you're not listening because you're an ass. So
exactly. He wasn't listening. That was the whole problem. But yeah, so I ended up blocking him, and I really fucking hope I do not see him at Anthrax Expo again.
if you do, I'm gonna just pile drive him. You're just gonna be like, oh no, and then
Yeah.
out of the corner of your eye, you're just
Napple.
gonna see me.
Napple, get off your honeymoon and help me.
Oh yeah, I'll be on my honeymoon.
Yeah, I'll get Goldie. I'll just be like, Goldie, come here.
Dude, Goldie will fight him too.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just super uncomfortable. Like, and that's one of my worst. It was just, I've never felt a stalker before, and now I know what it feels like, and I'm like, ugh. Yeah.
Blech.
Yeah. So anyways,
Blech.
quick 3 future cons.
Why didn't I get to do mine?
Oh, I forgot. I forgot that I went first. What's your worst?
MFF. I've only gone to MFS twice, and I freaking hate them both. No, MFF 2021 was garbage.
I don't think I know the story about why it was awful.
Yeah. So let's see. It was me, Eric, Dylan, and Blank.
Yep.
Yeah. Me, Dylan, Eric drove out there.
Yep.
Because flying's expensive. Tim flew. Cool, whatever. We show up. Yeehaw. We show up at like ass o'clock. Tim, whatever. Blink, Tim, whatever. Blink brought a friend named Pony. Let's just go with that. We're cool now, but back then it was. Pony was.
Oh, I actually do know this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pony was young. She was 20.
Yeah.
She's not 21. He brought her. Pretty sure it was literally just to try to get into her pants. The room was under her name, if I remember correctly, because she's the only one that got a room.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got a room. It was under her name. So we showed up at like butt o'clock at night. We go in. We're like, okay, we're here. Woohoo. And they're like, names. And we're like, I don't even think we knew Pony's real name at that time. Did we? I don't know. But we're like, Pony. They're like, is Pony with you? We're like, no, we're here for the convention. And they're like, we can't give you a key. We can't unless they're down here. So we're like, ring, ring, ring. Finally get her ass down there. I think it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. She's all super pissed. We're like, you didn't say that they had more people coming, so this is your fault originally.
Yeah.
So we got her keys and yeehaw up into the room. Was it the first night or the second night? Eric eventually got locked out of the room because he went out to go do something, forgot the key. When he came back to the hotel, he was like, dang, well, it's only going to be a couple hours. Maybe I'll just hang out in the lobby. The lobby was like, no. Get the fuck out. He's like, I have a room here. I have a key. I unfortunately left it up there. They're like, too bad. Which, understandable. You don't just want random people hanging out in your lobby.
Yeah.
So obviously John's...
Because it's also Chicago.
Yeah, it's also Chicago. So John's trying to message everybody. My phone's dead. Dylan sleeps dead.
Yeah.
Everybody else slept dead. Dylan's phone, I think, is on silent. If I manage to hear anybody else's phone, it's not like I'm going to think it's John. So I woke up at... And for anybody who's new, John is Eric. Eric is John. Eric is John's furry name. But I remember Eric as John, so I say John.
We say both. It's like
we say
Blink
both.
and Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, Blink and Tim. And then I finally wake up and I'm like, oh, my phone finally has a charge. Boop, boop, boop. Boot it up and it's like, bzz, 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 bzz. And I'm like, I've got 8 missed calls. I've got a slew of, he sent so many stickers just to try to wake us up. And I'm like, oh no, but obviously if my phone would have been on, I would have, but it was dead and charging. And at that time it was like 6 in the morning and I'm like, where are you? And I'm like, come back, please. He pretty much just went to the convention center and fucked around for several hours. And if I remember correctly, he'll probably have to correct me on this, but I think he slept in the truck that we drove in for like an hour or 2, or just like hung out in the truck because there was nothing else for him to do.
Yeah.
So he finally came up to the room and he went to sleep for a little bit. I feel so bad for John because John always gets the short end of the stick on beds because the way that we've kind of decided it is when you get the room, you get a bed claim.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then me and Dylan get a bed because we're married. And John is very bad at getting rooms. So he never gets a bed. He always has to sleep on the floor. So he the boob that he is, he's like, I'm fine with sleeping on the floor. But then he's like, my back hurts. And it's like, don't sleep on the floor. John brought, sorry, my brain is completely farting out right now. Holy cow. Brought whipped vodka and orange juice to make creamsicles.
Yeah.
Because that's our like favorite drink to drink at cons because it's stupid easy to make. So he's got a huge thing of orange juice and a huge thing of whipped vodka. We made some, so it went down like a little bit. We went off, did a bunch of stuff, came back, and I was like, yo, I want to get schnockered. make me some creamsicles. And we open up the fridge and we grab this massive bottle of whipped vodka. Almost nothing left. And we're like,
I know how big those are because that's Pinnacle.
it's Pinnacle. So
Yeah.
it's a big vodka bottle. And we're like, did it evaporate? Where did it go? Turns out that Pony took it, just opened up the top, and she just chugged a majority of it. Which was gross, because unfortunately it did have backwash in it. So John had to throw it away. And we told Tim, we're like, Tim, she just drank all of our booze. She didn't even ask. Like, we were really fucking butthurt. And so was John, because John paid for that.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you got the drink right here. And he points to the orange juice. We're like, Tim, it's just orange juice. That's all it is. Just OJ. And he's like, oh, I thought you, like, pre-mixed it. And we're like, Tim,
No.
why
Oh my
Tim,
God.
Tim, when you listen to this, I love you, but you're so fucking stupid. I love you, but you're so stupid. We're like, ah.
Tim always gets the short end of the
He
stick.
does. We love you, Tim, but you're also so dumb and a pain in my butt.
Yeah, we love Tim. Tim is perfect.
And then, oh my God, the worst thing. I, unfortunately, am a very, very light sleeper. You blink and I wake up.
Yeah.
Tim just barely got over strep when he went to MFF. And I'm like, why did you come? He's like, I'm not, what's the term I'm looking
Contagious?
for? I'm not contagious. And I was just like, I still hate you. So in the middle of the night,
It's just funny because it's like, I love Tim. I love Tim. He's great. We all love Tim. I fucking hate you. Nobody likes you.
No,
Eat shit, Tim. Fuck you.
I love Tim. He's one of my best friends. He just because he's my best friend doesn't mean that he's all rainbows and butterflies. He's so fucking stupid sometimes, and sometimes I look at him like, you're so dumb and I hate your guts, even though I don't actually, but yes I do. So
Well, it's like when you look at Dylan, you're like, I'm getting a divorce. And Dylan goes, oh, what? And
yeah,
you're like,
I'm just like, I hate you. I want a divorce. Die, please. But, of course, because he had strep, he's also a snorer, which
Yeah.
keeps me up anyways. So he would snore, which would cause a coughing fit. And if it was just like, no. And so he slept like garbage those entire days. And then he just got LASIK surgery as well. So he's like, oh, I need to run back to the room with somebody so I can put my little drops in my eyeballs.
I wouldn't have been there because I'm afraid of eyes. I have a weird fear of eyes. So I would have been like, bye, Tim. You're on your own.
Bye.
Fuck you, eat shit.
I'm so sorry. All of mine are so long, especially for the worst ones. But it's just that MFF was trash, which is funny because we're still friends with Pony, and I think now that she's a little bit older, she's still a dork, but it was,
Yeah.
that was a hot mess.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
All right. So, future cons.
Future cons.
What are so I feel like we can kind of do this a little bit together in a sense because future con plans, stuff that I'm excited for in the future is, for example, Vacation Land.
Yeah.
So that
so
is one that
excited
we're
for
going
that.
to in April. It's one that we've never been to. The only reason I have a connection to it is because Kovu. Kovu is a
Kovu.
Fursuit family member, and also an ex-friend of my shitty ex-person that I was trapped with. Awful person. But yeah, so we actually met up at MFF 2022, the only year that I've gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah.
So I saw him and I was like, fuck, broke down mentally because I was like, he's friends with my ex, fuck that guy. And then Kovu was so nice.
He was.
Kovu was like, oh no, he's awful. Let's talk about it. And I was like, okay, we actually haven't talked about it yet. But he was like, yeah, go to Vacation Land. And I was like, I want to go to Maine because
Yeah,
I
it's
want
in Maine.
lobster.
I want to go because ever since I was little and in third grade, I did a project where it's like, choose a state to do, and mine was Maine, and I've kind of been obsessed since.
Mine was Kentucky.
Kentucky. Yeah, mine was Maine, and I've always just really, really, really wanted to go.
Yeah.
And also lobster.
Yeah, lobster. Like, and people were like, it's $5 up there. And I was like, fuck. And Kovu's like, if you go, I will buy you a lobster. So I'm going to make sure that.
Kovu, buy me a lobster.
Yeah, so I'm going to be like, Kovu, guess who's here? Guess who's buying lobster?
Here, ha ha ha, buy me a lobster. Where is it? Pull it out of his pocket.
So yeah, Vacation Land is up there and one of the cons I want to go to. Also, I want to go to Aquatifer.
I want to go to Aquatifer at some point. Like, quite literally, it's like, what cons do you want to go? All of them. Ones I want to go to ones that I have not been to before.
Yeah. The only ones I don't care about is TFF.
That's because fucker goes, doesn't he?
My ex?
Yeah.
No, he goes to, that's another one I won't go to is Motor City and IFC.
Oh, yeah. Because he always goes to those ones. I really want to do Anthrocon at least once.
Yeah.
It's just that, not because
it's in the summer.
Yeah.
That's why
everybody goes. That's why. I want to see all of my TikTok-y friends.
Yeah.
Because everybody goes to Anthrocon.
Yeah.
I really want to go.
I don't want to go because it's summer. It's hot outside.
It's hot and toasty and pissed.
That's why I like MFF better, because it's cold.
I don't know if I'd actually ever go to it, but like, there's a bunch of crap going on at
Northeast.
Anther New England right now.
Oh.
Like, Anther New England this is its last day right now. There's a whole big thing going on where a lot of people are like, fuck you, we're not going anymore. Let's see.
Because that's over in Boston, Massachusetts?
Yeah, Boston, Massachusetts.
I would love to go to FWA one time.
FWA.
I don't care to go back, but it's just because FWA and BLFC are right after each other. So it's like, you go to one or you go to the other. I can't personally
People who can do both are kind of crazy.
Yeah, like, I wish I had a job that did that. But I can't personally afford the time. Like, maybe in 15 years when I, at my government job, where I get, like, 10 hours off at a time or 8 hours or whatever. But
I want to go, and I'm never going to go probably ever in my life.
Eurofriends?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd love to go, but it's in fucking Germany.
I'd go, but I have to get a, what's it called? A passport. I gotta get me a passport. Because I can't go if I don't got no passport. So.
There's also the furry cruise.
Yeah, but, there's a problem with that.
What?
Like, Radical goes, which I would love to go see Radical, because Radical's fucking amazing.
I don't think I know anybody who goes to that.
Radical Puma on TikTok. He's the one that's like, hey, gnarly dudes.
Oh, yeah, that goofball.
Yeah, I love him. But no, one of the old roommates from Gay House goes. You know which one I'm talking about.
Pink butt?
Yeah.
Buh.
Yeah, I saw him, and I was like, Radical, that looks like so much fun. Too bad there's one person that fucking sucks that's there.
There's for
Oh, yeah.
Canada land. I'd love to do that.
I would like to see how this year goes, because last year was a bit of a freak show.
There's Confuzzled.
I don't know where that's at. I've heard of it.
Oh, Confuzzled's all the way in the freaking UK.
Is it?
I thought it was here.
Oh. Huh.
Oh,
Whoops.
shows you what I know.
LOL, we don't know shit.
We could go all the way to Australia for Furry Down Under.
I would. 100% would. Is it in Sydney?
Queensland.
Oh.
Queensland, Australia.
So there's a lot of future stuff that I would like to go to, like you said, FWA. Megaplex I don't care about.
Freaking Clay.
Yeah.
You should go to Megaplex.
I don't like Florida.
And I'm like, okay, maybe one of those things. Maybe I'll go once and be like, yeehaw, I did it.
One single time. But I fucking hate Florida. I'm sorry, Florida. If you're from Florida, if you like Florida, I'm sorry. Fuck you.
I'm sorry that you like
sucks.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida's awful. I went there one time and I was like, this place doesn't feel real. This place is fake. But no, I'd go to FWA one time. I don't care if I had a great time. It's just, if I go to FWA, I won't ever go to BLFC.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And BLFC's home.
I haven't been able to go to BLFC since the last time I went, which was
2017.
2017, because I was supposed to go in 2018.
But it was on Mother's Day.
So me and John didn't go because we like our moms, which was stupid. We should have went anyways. And then 2018, I couldn't go because I just started a new job.
Yeah.
And it's a plant nursery, and they're like, Mother's Day and that weekend is huge for us. Nobody's allowed to take it off. And I told them, I was like, I need these days off. And they're like, and I was like, I need a job more than I need to be a furry.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Sadly, you can't do both unless you're special.
Oh, so special.
We
We talked a lot.
Yeah, we did. We can do other things now.
Wow. I can go back to living my life.
But yeah, so thank you guys for listening. We're gonna stop it here because we can keep talking about conventions nonstop, and we might bring up the conversation again after like maybe a few more conventions go by, or if you guys are wanting some sort of details about other conventions.
Yeah, ask about conventions that like maybe we've been to, and we can give you more in-depth things about them or whatever.
Yeah. But thank you so much. Again, my name is Luca the Otter, otherwise known as King of Yellow on TikTok.
I am Napples Fusa on TikTok. I also go by Napples Apple.
Yeah, and so the podcast right now, this is something that I didn't talk about at the beginning. It will be on Spotify for the moment. It will end up going to other platforms, but as of right now, Spotify is going to be the main platform. But otherwise, right now, Spotify is going to be the main platform until further notice. But it can be heard every other Tuesday or every Tuesday, depending on how often we record audios. But definitely every other Tuesday. And yeah, let me pull my phone back up because I have everything on here. If you would like any questions to be answered, feel free to reach out to any of us. There will also be a thing down below on Spotify that you can answer, telling us, hey, did you like the episode? What would you like us to talk about? And you can
don't we have the new Twitter?
I have it on my Twitter. Hold on, I'll just pull it up.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, so it's at Napples Bananas.
Hey, look, right, just as you said it, I found it.
So yeah, if you want to feel free to give us any questions that you would like us to answer, at Napples Bananas on Twitter, or you can also message us on the little thing down below on Spotify. It'll allow you to fill in the blank saying what would you like us to talk about, and then we can bring that up on the next podcast. The next date for the podcast would be because we have, let's see, first episode's airing on the 23rd. Right now it's the 21st, so first episode's on the 23rd. The next episode would be on the 30th because I'm gonna get this one going. So,
woo.
Whoops, sorry. This episode's on the 30th.
Yeah, this episode's on the 30th.
So the next episode would be on the 6th of February. So make sure to tune in then. We're going to be talking about furries and anthropomorphic animals in different kinds of media. So again, thank you so much for listening. And do you have anything you want to say?
I love everybody. I don't know. Nah. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoy. We love doing this. It's just dorky and fun, and we hope that you guys enjoy it. The few people we've told are like really excited to get like a furry podcast because there's really not a lot.
Well, unless it's sexy.
Sexy furry.
We're not that.
We're just stupid.
Yeah, we're not sexy.
we're not sexy. We're just dumb. That's okay.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day or night or morning.
Have a good something.
Yeah, bye.